such as trading or battling with friends as a result of the new Pokemon since now, of course, I imagine the answer is yes. But when this new game comes out, do you expect there to be new trading or battling features with friends? And have you noticed any variations or changes in online features between Japanese and Western versions recently? Now, to be honest, it sounds like we've covered this already, but I'd love to hear your answer. Hmm, Dan, can you hit us up with an answer for that one?
That's it's a tough one because there are layers to it. Uh, can you come back to me? Because I
Sure, no
want to.
worries. Suzuka, can you go first?
So recently, SV, so Scarlet Violet, the online game is not good because
Mm,
so it may some bugs
mm,
found. So players hope so upgrade and good and equal battlefield make good and equal battlefield on
okay.
online. So the download content is good chance to add so update data. So
Okay.
I hope the upgrade and
What
clear battle.
I see. What kind of data do you want to see upgraded?
So the bug, uh,
Mm.
the bug is so when I battle and I agree because so the my Pokemon is my Pokemon's defeat.
Mm.
So maybe I defeat. So I I shut down
Mm.
the internet.
Okay.
So this case
Mm.
usually it is uh, it is I mhm, the rule not
Mm.
not not good. So mm, the Pokemon's rule is not shut down.
When you say
Don't
rule,
shut down.
do you mean during a battle, like the rules of the battle?
Ah, yes. So internet rule. So if you shut down the internet,
Uh-huh.
you defeat.
Oh, I see. So if your internet gets cut off, you
Yes, yes,
lose.
yes.
And it's not your fault, maybe,
But
sometimes.
so not not victory, but not lose.
Oh, the whole thing is cancelled.
Yes, it's cancer.
Oh
So
no.
it is not equal. So if I think I'll I'll lose,
Hmm.
so I can shut down, so cut off the internet. So
So you
it
can,
is, but
I see. So you would like that to be changed.
yes, change, so upgrade and uh, erase the bug.
Oh, so that bug has this bug been here for a long time?
Yes, so sometimes Sword and Shield, sorry,
Hmm.
no, Scarlet Violet
Right.
have the bug.
Damn, that
I
sucks.
don't know now. It have, but so
much better now.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the online element is kind of a different aspect of the game.
Mhm.
When they released the game, there were lots of complaints that there were bugs, but the bugs were in the game, not just the online element. It was the actual coding of the game that had these problems. And when you did it online and had many consoles working together, the bugs became more apparent. That's how I remember it. Um, So as these DLCs come out, they might improve upon certain aspects, but I do think that the online has gotten much better. They've improved it, they've worked on it, and they've made sure that the connections are great. But it's never going to be perfect because the original core game has got problems. When it came out, a lot of people said, "Oh, it's such a fun game. It's just not polished." It's a great example of a game that needed a few more months, needed a period of time of just polishing, of just fixing problems to make it move smoothly. But they set a date. They said we're going to release this game, and they released it on time, but not finished. It wasn't a finished product. But that asks another question. Is it okay to delay a game? Some companies say no. This is the date. The game must be released by this date because we have shareholders, we have fans. The game must be coming out no matter what. And they release it and it's buggy. It's got problems. It doesn't work the way the fans want it to. But then you have other games that delay and they release a perfect, polished, smooth game that everyone loves, but before the game comes out, the fans are foaming, yelling and
Yeah.
screaming. The company is in a lot of trouble before the game comes out. The first Batman Arkham game, Batman Arkham Asylum, delayed, and people were screaming, sending death threats. They were, getting rid of their pre-orders. But when it came out, chef's kiss. That game, so good, and it was polished. It was smooth. It ran amazing. Yeah, there were some problems with it, but that was in the mechanics, but not the actual running of the game. But then you get things like No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk, a game that people want, but it's so broken, so basic that it needed years. I know Cyberpunk needed a year of polish. It felt like they had finished making the game and they hadn't even started polishing it. But they set a date and they said the game will be released. It comes out, and Pokemon, I get that. I get unpolished vibes. It's got big unpolished energy. So yeah, they've been polishing it after the fact, adding updates, but I think the game just fundamentally is going to have bugs. This is going to be a buggy game. It's fun. It's a great game. I love it. I'm looking forward to the DLC. But this was a buggy game.
Interesting, guys.
Next generation, maybe they learn. Maybe the next one they take longer. They learn from their mistakes, and it's better.
I see. It sounds like this is something that the improvements are centered around how well it works. The concept, the Pokemon idea, the game, the characters we generally like, but it sounds like the improvements that people are looking for, if anything, would be the bugs being dealt with. But at least we never had a. Do you know about Drivergate, by the way?
Drive game? I don't know.
There's a game. I think
Driver the game.
Yeah, the game. There was I think Driver 3. Guru Larry in YouTube. He did a episode about it. A game that came out. It was so broken that the company went all over the internet and tried to delete comments, delete comments, and hide it. And it is so embarrassing. But yeah. So
it was a scam once. Now it's standard practice. Now many companies do it.
Yeah, it's my gosh. So the best thing to do is to wait, I think, and find ways to keep people happy while they wait.
Yeah. When I was a young man, I went to midnight launches. When the new games and new consoles were coming out, I was there in the shop in the middle of the night, cold but excited, ready to get it as soon as I could.
Super.
As I've grown up, as I've gotten older, I wait a week.
Mm.
Just a little, just a little. Because when I was young, I could trust that the reviews were impartial. The reviews were separate from the company. I could buy a magazine, or I could look on a dial-up internet if I could finally get online, and I could see an honest answer, like, "Hey, this game is good," or "This game is bad," or "This game is okay, but be careful." And I go, "Okay, I trust that. I will buy that game." But now it's harder to find honest reviews.
Yeah, in fact, Dan, the whole point of Drivergate is apparently the scandal is that apparently a bunch of magazines were bought off to give the game glowing reviews. By the time the people played it, they realized it was a buggy mess, and then they went around trying to hide their tracks. But the whole thing has been documented. So but it's funny because trusting reviews. I mean, this is why Professor Suzuka and Dan, why we are here. We are independent journalists, right? So we give our opinion pieces, at least, on the game world. Because if we look at companies now, go to official review companies, uh, they may have bias. Do you know bias, Professor Suzuka? Bias.
Bias? Yes, I know.
So because so many companies have bias, I mean, we like Pokemon, that's honest. But if we think the game is not good, we'll give honest criticism. So what we're here to do is to just be honest. Guys, I suppose that'll be that. That was a very good talk, and thanks. Some of the questions didn't really fit, but that's because I ran it through ChatGPT and it just gave me some generic nonsense.
There were good questions for a game, not DLC.
Yeah, but I guess in all fairness, I should have just refined it. But in any case, I need to prepare better. Guys, thank you so much. This has been great. All
Welcome.
right.
I found you an image,
Oh, yes,
a
please.
thumbnail for the concept. The idea of this meta game is called perfect imbalance. You want your game to be imbalanced, especially with competitive games. And it works well with online gaming, but I think it applies to Pokemon as well, because the idea of Pokemon, the whole story that Pokemon is selling is, hey, you go into this magical world. You can catch many different monsters, but you find some and you make friends with them. And they are your friends, and you help them become strong, and you become a champion. You can take any combination and make them powerful, meaning that the game will never be, this is the best Pokemon. There will
Hmm.
never be a best Pokemon, because every Pokemon has a weakness and every Pokemon has a bonus.
Hmm.
So ultimately, it's a perfectly imbalanced situation.
Oh.
You need a team to cover all of your different pros and cons.
Can you zoom up just a little?
Mm.
Yes, this is okay.
A bit more. Sorry. It seems to be one end or the other. Could you like reduce the magnification? Yeah, again, and move a bit to the left.
Okay.
Sorry, Dan.
Okay.
I also can't see it. Just to bring it just a tiny bit to the center. Could you?
Yours is just a little bit slow.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe this is the problem. Oh, yep, I can see it. Got
There
it.
you go. So
Got it.
it's, Pokemon has long had this kind of build your own team, go on your own adventure. It's why in Sword and Shield, when they got rid of a bunch of Pokemon, Dexit, people were upset and understandable. Absolutely. If a Pokemon that you love, a Pokemon that you want in your team, was removed from the game, what the hell? Hell, it's hard to find my favorite starter. My favorite starter is for Alligator, the
Ah,
bunny
I remember that
notebook.
guy. Hmm.
Um, and he's a crocodile. He's the crocodile water starter from Heart and Gold, Soul Silver, but he's rarely in any of the games. He's not one of the starters that keeps coming back.
Yeah.
I can get a Blastoise, sure, but getting a Feraligatr, no.
Yes.
When I do see him, I catch him immediately, and I build my team around him.
Yeah. I feel it's funny that even in games like that was for question four, right? That illustration.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was yeah. I feel that way about Street Fighter sometimes when a fighter's missing. Yeah. That is that was fantastic, guys. Well, I guess I have to leave soon, but I wonder for next week, what should we do? I mean, we've spoken a lot about Pokemon. I'm gonna get back to putting those images at like my computer generated speed drawings, if you will. Even though I can't really do it, but for time's sake, I'm gonna put that as YouTube shorts as much as possible. It's pretty
Cool.
difficult to produce that though, but I'll do my best. And yeah, I mean, we'll get back to talking about Zelda once you've finished Zelda. Maybe Dan, maybe
I'm about a third of the way through now. So
super. All right, well,
I,
you have to be.
at the halfway point, I'll give you an initial review because
Okay.
I've done enough to say, yeah, it is or it isn't.
All right, brilliant. We'll give that a go. And Professor Suzuka, next time, what would you like to discuss?
So gaming news.
Gaming news.
So
Okay, yeah, I
yeah,
think
We've
we
got
should get back to that.
we've got recently we had the PlayStation showcase and the Xbox showcase are coming out soon. So there's a lot of new technology and new games that are coming out. I'd like to talk about.
Oh, a new
yes.
PlayStation.
Xbox.
Well, not a new PlayStation console, but new technology. Um,
Oh,
there's
A new
and
title of
the
game.
latest one has what's it called? Project Q.
Mm,
Project Project Q is PlayStation's a new form of PlayStation Remote Play. So if you have a PlayStation, there is a PlayStation in your house. You can buy a remote screen. It
it
looks
sounds
just
great.
like a Switch
Yeah.
to play on, and I think it's Sony trying just gently to get into the portable gaming market again because they tried with
PSP
the
Vita.
PS Go.
You know what?
PSP.
I gotta say, I'd love to discuss that eventually. If you, what do you think, Professor Suzuka? Should we talk about PlayStation next week and so on?
Oh, okay. I'm interested in.
Super, yeah. When I become a sensei, I sometimes I want to slap Sony. Sorry, because I mean, when I see them copying Nintendo, I mean, I appreciate it. It's just that's just when I see when I saw the Wii, then I saw the Move, then I saw Xbox Connect. Did you know about the Connect, Professor Suzuka? Xbox. Do you know about
And
Xbox?
oh, Xbox.
Yeah,
I
this
I
is what I
don't
love
know. I
about
never.
Japan is so
Yeah.
loyal to Nintendo that you don't even know about Xbox.
Yes.
I'm saying. So, but that being
It's a
said,
great
when
idea.
yeah,
I've used the Kinect. I played games on the Kinect. It's basically playing a game with no controller. So you move
camera down.
to play the game.
Oh,
Not good.
Yeah,
technology.
yeah. I like it. See, Dan, that's what I'm saying. Nintendo are the OGs or the originals, I think, in many
I think
respects.
that
What
the
do you think?
companies had a long-standing belief to push new technology because they were originally a toy company. They
Yeah,
believed in that playing should be fun. It should be a
yeah.
fun. The way you play should be fun. So they kind of innovate new, clever ways. That's why I think the Joy Cons work so well. These are
Yeah,
so clever,
they're
so
like toys and
cute.
they're cute. Exactly. The Joy-Con. Yeah, that's this Nintendo. Exactly. This is why, I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they were saying, I think one of I went to Iron's picnic with Iron, and we were talking about, I mean, some of his friends are thinking, oh, is Nintendo, are they finished after the Switch? I'm thinking, no, Nintendo are always ahead. I mean, it's even the Mario movie blew people away because Nintendo have the core. What I'm trying to say is they have the actual idea. A lot of companies, Sony and Xbox, they try to compete with Nintendo. They say we can do it better, but they don't have a Mario. Sony does not have Mario. They don't have something that is the IPs that or the actual true toy game foundation that Nintendo has. And because of that, Nintendo are always actually leading. The technology, the West, this is what I don't like about the West. They try and outdo the originals without knowing what is made the original work. Do your
It's a matter
thing.
of iteration. The first, Mario was a great idea. It was a great game at the time. But the first Mario was a great game, but Mario himself was just a guy. He was
Mm.
just a guy to play the game. But because they built upon that and they polished his game and polished his game and added more, and some worked and some didn't, and then they kept polishing and making it better each time, trying to improve and improve, and then they added him into other games. They built a great brand. Mario is not a character; he's a brand, and he
That's
is
a
fantastic.
That
massive.
is true. Yeah,
But
Mario's. Yeah,
other companies just haven't got the staying power.
yeah.
PlayStation's had mascots, but they don't stay. They don't keep making more. They don't keep getting better.
Exactly. That's the whole point. Do you know why? Because they're not game companies. They are companies that
Just haven't.
can produce games. What do I mean by that is, remember, there was a PlayStation ad that says the game is the beginning. I mentioned last time, and that means that the game is not what they're all about. That means
Mm.
that they're a technology company and they can do games. It's like they put the PlayStation 2 out and it has a DVD player, which is cool. But I'm thinking at the same time, a game console doesn't. It shouldn't the extra feature shouldn't be one of the main selling features. It should be the game itself. And that's me. I mean, even Sega and Nintendo, I think they were more like that because they are true game companies. They are about the game, and therefore they'll have the staying power because they're committed to the game IPs. They're not just saying, "Oh, you're not selling anymore, switch." But Nintendo said, if Mario's not selling, let's improve Mario.
Yeah.
Let's not switch him out with another one. Where's Crash Bandicoot? I mean, no, Crash Bandicoot. He's his own force. But yeah, my gosh, I mean, Nintendo.
Look at
That's what make.
Kirby. Kirby,
Yeah.
the first Kirby game didn't have copy. You couldn't copy. It was just him plodding along. It was the second game, I think, the Game Boy game, that when they introduced his ability to eat and copy, that wasn't the first thing. It was just play Kirby, and then Kirby copies, and then Kirby can do this, and then now we have a lovely, adorable pink puffball. We have the lovely Kirby who's grown.
Exactly.
He's grown into the character we know, and
Yeah.
yeah, that matters.
Exactly, that's it. Well, guys, we'll talk about this next week. I guess I got to run it. I wish you a good day. Thank you for giving me 2 hours of your day, everyone. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and this will be in the channel. And guys, if there's anything you can do to help promote the channel, I'm going to do a lot of shorts as much as possible. But I've been so busy with private classes. If anybody, because Suzuka, I know you know a few people, and Dan, whatever you can. I guess you're busy. You're at university, and you're teaching, and I'm teaching, and we're super busy. But I don't know if
We'll
there's
do what
any.
we can.
Yeah, we'll do what we can. I just want our talks to kind of go out there a bit more. It takes consistency, so I'll
Yeah, we
just,
just keep
yeah.
doing it, and then we start building. And,
Mm,
yeah, we've got to think. We want to be married. We want to go the Nintendo route, not Sony.
mm.
We're not going to copy anyone else. We're just going to build and make it better and better.
Sure, yes, that's it. Let's do it, Figs, or whatever we call in the end. See you guys. Have a good day.
Thank
Yeah, you guys,
you.
see you. I'm going back to
Scarlet.
Thank
the
you.
All right, see you. Bye.